Hello, and thanks for watching my video. As you can see, it's a beautiful day in Vermont, and I'm talking about adventure. So the blog is important this week. Stuff happens when you're going on adventure, and I'm specifically talking about travel this week because I'm getting ready to go on a big trip. By the time you're watching this video in the newsletter, I will be on the trip. And if you want to know where I am, then you got to go to my social media or wait until next week's video and blog post because then I'll be writing about it. However, just want to talk about this. It could be a trip or anything else, but things go wrong. Obstacles come up, right? And I think traveling is such a great training ground for becoming more resilient, for experiencing life, for working on your mindset, if you choose to, right? Because you could choose not to learn from any of these things, but here's what I'm going to say. And it's taken me all these years to learn some of this stuff. And still, for a minute, I might not remember little things and big things. But for one, I'm flying out of Montreal. And most of you know I'm in Vermont. It's really only about an hour and a half, but maybe longer just because of airport traffic. Pretty close. But we have to go through the border. So just yesterday, the local news posted an article about the fact that the border agents were likely to be going on strike, and it would start on Friday morning, the day I'm supposed to fly out. So that would mean that they essentially wouldn't be letting people across the border, or no one would be there to do it, or they would something would be holding up the works. So for a minute I thought I'm gonna have to go on a day early and get up there. So that was the first thing, but here's where I could see my progress, and I was so excited. I thought, you know what, we'll just have to wait and see, because they could come to an agreement. Maybe they're not going to strike. Who knows? Anything could happen by then. And one day later, they had settled and it was all agreed to. So it was nothing to worry about. So what I'm seeing is I'm starting to really not just say wait and see, but I'm actually doing it, which is really cool for me, because I in the past could have gotten worked up about almost anything. Also was getting worried about I have to get on a train when I get to where I'm going, and I was worried about that, and we had a Zoom meeting because I'm going with a group for part of the trip, and there's this lovely divine angel person who's on my flight and doesn't live too far from me. So now her husband is driving the both of us to the airport, and she sounds very confident and no problem knowing about how to get on trains and so on and so forth. So, I was a little worried before that, and now I think, well, why was I so worried? Look, it all worked out. So it all works out. That's my message today. And when we put ourselves in places of challenge and stretching and growing, we get to see that things all work out. If we never do anything to stretch and grow, out of our comfort zone, then, we don't get to experience that part of it either. So yeah, then I went to get my toes done. That's where I just came from. I'm not going to show you my toes. My toes are reminiscent of my father. I thank him for my feet. So God bless him in heaven. Miss him every day. Anyway, he gave me my feet. I always say that. I digress. So I went to my favorite place, which I never make an appointment for. I just go in. It's Wednesday afternoon. Shouldn't be that busy. It is nice out, but it's Wednesday afternoon. I walk in, and they don't have time to take me the whole rest of the day. It's a place that you're supposed to be able to walk into, but they were all booked. So in the past, I might have been like, oh, this is not good, and maybe gotten upset, like at least inside. But I thought, okay, well, maybe I'm not going to have my toes done. It's not ideal. Because of the second place I'm going to, which you'll find out where that is. Might want to have toes showing. I don't know, maybe. So I thought, oh, there's another place in the mall. Let me go check that out and see. That place was booming too, but they took me in like 10 minutes. I was sitting down getting my toes done. So it just seems like I'm doing a better job about being more resilient in the moment. It's taken time. Before, it used to, maybe I'll be off track for a while, and little by little just worked to this place of being like, it'll all work out. If I'd gone to the mall and they were full too, I would have been like, well, I could try again tomorrow, but I didn't really have much time tomorrow. I don't really have much time tomorrow. But it all worked out. Anyway, big deal, right? I never get my toes done. I used to do it a lot when I was teaching yoga because people had to see my toes a lot, and I didn't want them to have to suffer through any nastiness. But anyway, going on a trip is a good time to do something like that if that's something that interests you. That's my story today, people. I love you. I'm so thankful that you watch this video. If you're still watching, thank you. Share it. Read the blog. Read the whole newsletter. Lots of good stuff in there. And the summer reading list is there. And the summer reading contest rules are there. The annual stuff. One of my favorite times of the year. So let me know what you think. Let me know what you're reading. Enter the contest. Get ready. Appreciate you. And stay tuned for more coming. You'll find out where am I going and what's up. Take care. Bye.